Hello and welcome back to Targum Torah. 2 weeks ago, we began our Parsha, Chaya Sarah, with the death of Sarah and a scattered family. At the time of her death, Abraham is living in Beersheba and Sarah is in Kiryat Arba. By the end of the Parsha, we read Yitzhak v'Ishmael, Isaac and Ishmael, two brothers separated through family trauma, coming together to bury their father, Abraham. Here, Rashi reads that Ishmael has undergone tshuva, repentance, but to some degree it feels as though the whole family has undergone a change of repentance. From the binding of Isaac to the death of both Sarah and Abraham, the family must redefine itself, symbolically through Isaac clearing and redigging the wells of his father. Sarah's death, the person who drove out Ishmael and his mother Hagar, also allows for Ishmael to return and marry his father, alongside the brother that he once tormented. In the subsequent Parsha, we transition from the lineage of Ishmael and begin with the lineage of Yitzhak, closing the narrative between these two brothers. Though Parsha Chaya Sarah brings closure, Toldot, the next Parsha, opens new family conflicts. The pregnancy and birth of Esau and Yaakov bring a new struggle between each brother. Conflict exists not only in the narrative, but also in the translation here, which we see in Bereshit Kaf He. When Esau is named, the Hebrew reads Vayikru, which means they called in the plural. But in the next verse, we see in the Hebrew that Yaakov gets the same verb in the singular, Vayikra, he called. When looking at the Septuagint, we see that both these verbs are in the singular form, and even different verbs are being used. Eponomasen in verse 25, and ekkalesen in verse 26. The later Syriac and Vulgate translations also have this verb consistently in the singular. Small differences like this, which are many and frequent, can serve as reminders that translations serve multiple functions. For example, a translation may carry a textual tradition that is different than the Hebrew text we have, or the translator may be bringing their own style, changing verbs to reflect the narrative as they see it, or correcting grammar that they think is a scribal mistake, which between verse 25 and verse 26 might be easy to assume. Be it family tensions or grammatical ones, we can over time uncover these differences through thoughtful analysis and engagement with the text through a comparative lens, or perhaps create new conflicts through exegesis, possibly by correcting the grammar of a family member at a Shabbat table. And with that, thank you again for joining us, and hopefully we will see you next week.